Danil Dendi was born in Lviv, Ukraine on December 30th, 1989. The son of a piano teacher, his formative years were full of music and dance. Although the family didn't have much money, with the help of his grandmother, they were able to purchase a home PC in 1997. Dendi was instantly captured by computer games. Much like many kids his age, Dendi nurtured his love of gaming with countless hours at the computer, playing Counter-Strike and Warcraft 3.
Arise to challenge fate and lead their brethren to battle.
Sadly, his father died of cancer when he was still young, and Dendi further retreated into gaming, devoting even more time to the PC to cope with the loss.
It's like distractor. It was like a start time actually, and that's maybe one of the reasons why I'm playing now. Maybe I wouldn't play at all.
As his skills improved, he began to participate and win some local Warcraft 3 tournaments, gaining a thirst for competition and a drive to be the best. Eventually, he would discover Dota, which became his obsession. He had taken his first steps down the road to esports. At only 17 years old, Dendi quickly gained notoriety within the Dota community and found his way into the competitive scene as one of Ukraine's rising talents. 2010 was the year that Dendi reached new heights as he joined Nadis Vincer on Christmas Day. Dendi and Navi seemed to be a destined match, one of Ukraine's most prestigious esports organizations picking up one of Ukraine's brightest stars. Navi didn't waste any time, quickly establishing themselves as one of the best Dota teams in the world.
But Navi are the champions!
Congratulations to Navi. They were the best team in the tournament.
Then Valve changed everything. The Dota scene was abuzz upon the announcement of Dota 2 and the first ever international to be held during Gamescom 2011. Speculation ran rampant. With Valve at the helm, the possibilities were endless, and a rumored prize pool of $50,000 was more than enough to send the community into a frenzy. Then the news came. 16 teams fighting for $1.6 million, the largest prize pool in esports history. For most Dota fans and players, it was a mind-blowing amount of money, and for Dendi and Navi, it could be life-changing. Already one of the strongest teams in Dota, Navi received an invite to TI. But with so much on the line and every single one of the best teams from around the world there to compete, the road wasn't going to be easy.
Oh, we having fun. We trying to relax. We trying to scare our opponent. Mind games.
Dendi and Navi only dropped one game the entire event.
But Navi are the champions!
Congratulations to Navi. They were the best team in the tournament.
When the dust had settled, Navi had overcome teams from Russia, Denmark, Singapore, China, and more to claim the prize. And there was no doubt that they had earned their title as the best Dota team in the world. The money and prestige catapulted Dendi even further into the spotlight, making him a worldwide sensation and a community favorite. Aside from fans loving his goofy demeanor, Dendi cemented his reputation as an elite player with tremendous individual skill and innovative picks and builds. He pioneered the build of Force Staff and Blink Dagger on, well, just about every hero, and his signature Pudge is legendary to this day.
Battery assault. There's a hook! Dendi showing up just at the southbound San Sheng with the Dragon Claw.
He became firmly established as not only the face of Navi, but of the Dota 2 scene. With his Dota 2 career off to a flying start, Dendi didn't slow down even for a second.
Looks of it, that is going to be GG. So we'll leave the guys here. You can see the end scoreboard as well. Just so much fun for Navi. Just everything going their way.
Navi and Dendi's dominance in the first full year of Dota 2 was without question. 5 premier tournament wins leading into the International 2012 marked them as a clear contender to defend their title. At the tournament itself, Dendi and Navi got off to a mediocre start, only managing a record of 8-6 in the group stage. However, when it came to the main event, Navi didn't disappoint.
And now we have a second best of 3 going the distance between DK and the defending champions, Navi.
And the entirety of DK is down, and that is a rampage for Avos, and the good games come out.
I think this is probably going to be the most entertaining match of the day. I mean, we've got, again, Na'Vi. I feel like Na'Vi are on pace to play just a series of amazing matches. They took on DK yesterday, as we talked about, a phenomenal series. Now they're going to be taking on IG, arguably a better team. Can Na'Vi bring the magic again 2 days in a row?
Even in desperate moments, they pulled off now iconic plays like the play to keep hope alive and fight their way to the grand finals.
Na'Vi, this is a team, they have a lot of resilience. They're the original champs of Dota 2, and if anybody can come back from this, it's got to be Na'Vi. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're going to cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe, waiting in the wings. Na'Vi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep, the surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage got everyone. The black hole as well. Light of Heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Dendi. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead.
5 heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's Light of Heaven with his PKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down. And I think
Dendi dazzled on Rubik, Puck, and Queen of Pain throughout the event, building his legacy of big performances. However, Na'Vi would eventually lose 3-1 to the Chinese powerhouse Invictus Gaming in the grand final.
dying. 3's dead. GG's called. GG is called. IG is your champion. They're going home with
And
a
they're
million.
going wild.
Undeterred by the result, Dendi continued to help make 2012 the year of Na'Vi, as the team won 6 more tournaments in the final 3 months. However, a new year called for a new look on Na'Vi. Ars Art and Light of Heaven left early in 2013, replaced by young talent Funnick and Dendi's former KS International teammate, Kuroki. The revamped roster got off to a rocky start, putting up a mixed bag of results. The main obstacle to Na'Vi in 2013 was the rise of legitimate threats to their dominance in the European and CIS scenes. While China had primarily been Na'Vi's main competition until then, teams such as Fnatic EU, Empire, and Alliance, the latter of whom would forge a dramatic rivalry with Na'Vi over the course of the year, emerged to push Na'Vi harder than ever. Central to Na'Vi's strategy was the consistent play of Dendi, who, despite the roster change, was still a very strong player and was a dominant 1v1 laner.
Oh, Max Rage finds her and gonna notch his first kill of the game.
However, surging talent such as Mushi and S4 challenged and even surpassed Dendi, further placing strain on Na'Vi's usual game plan. Despite all these new obstacles, Na'Vi eventually found their feet towards the back half of the year and entered into TI3, winning 3 premier events in a row. Once again, Na'Vi looked set to prove that when push came to shove, they were still a force to be reckoned with when it came to the international.
Mentally though, I think Na'Vi is still ahead because of their success in the past.
Yeah, they definitely seem very comfortable right now. And Na'Vi, I don't think they're going to be too shaky. You have to remember, Na'Vi over in 2013 finished 12 tournaments so far, and 10 of them are first place.
Na'Vi topped their group and ran the upper bracket all the way to the UB finals, where they ran up against their dreaded rival, the nearly unstoppable Alliance.
And with these kills, there it is! GG! Alliance puts together a 2-0 blanking of Na'Vi.
After dropping that series 2-0 and falling into the lower bracket where they narrowly overcame the red-hot underdog Orange Esports Club, Na'Vi earned their second shot at Alliance in the grand finals.
It all comes down to this. $2 million on the table.
The rivalry, already intense enough to earn the moniker of Dota's El Clasico, here came to its ultimate conclusion, and the series has gone down in history as one of the best in Dota 2's illustrious history. The series got closer and closer as it went on, leading to the now legendary Game 5.
It's Game 5 of a best of 5 Alliance versus Na'Vi. $2 million at stake. Puppy's gonna find a mid, but isn't Puppy who gets caught or mid? But S4 just walked into a gank party. Here's your relocate. Here we go.
Oh, Black also ready to go. The Kuroki's dropping low. Oh my god, hit so hard. Both trying to find a kill. Meanwhile, Dendi trying to focus on S4. S4 dies again. The relocate goes back out. Lotus says, where's my bus home? Where's the bus? Because Dendi is dropping big mill strikes.
And Na'Vi are pulling away with this game. Bulldog caught. Bulldog will fall. Triple kill for Dendi.
Dendi looking for more.
Na'Vi looked on the brink of winning it all, but Alliance outmaneuvered them to snatch away the title.
They don't have enough
But
time.
S4,
Oh, cancel TP. He cancels the beat. Puppy, he's not going to be back in the base.
He's got BKB, but no boots of travel. Coil on two.
Cancels Dendi's TP as well. They are in
Now on the
huge
button.
trouble.
Button's caught. Now if they go for the throne.
Alliance surrounding from all sides.
BKB, they won
gonna
this
do it.
round. They're gonna do it.
They're
The
gonna
Kings
do
of the
it.
North.
Alliance wins. They win TI3.
Na'Vi finished second at TI once again, unable to recapture their throne despite being ever so close. The loss devastated the team. Havost went so far as to angrily call some of his teammates useless idiots on social media. Na'Vi continued to have moderate success for the rest of 2013 and the early stages of 2014, but the team wasn't quite as dynamic as they had been, and Dendi's dominance was waning. The rest of the world was catching up, and the game was far different than what it had been until then.
Havost gets doomed out, but Wisp Tether's still up on him. He will get Hex up Overgrowth and Focus down. Havost will fall Kuroki shortly thereafter. 3-0, yeah, there's just pretty much nothing they can do. They focused whatever they needed to on the Tiny.
It seems like Navi's really devastated by their loss there.
Going for the GG push and it might be it. Na'Vi might be out here in the quarterfinals here at ESL 1 and it's GG. EG will take the victory. Na'Vi have been eliminated. And now in comes Sing Sing. That damage output is just too high. It's a double kill for Sing Sing, triple kill for Sing Sing, an ultra kill for Sing Sing, and GG. Na'Vi are out. Cloud9 have eliminated the three-time grand finalists of the International for Na'Vi.
An early exit in 7th place from TI4 was a clear sign the winds of change were blowing. Next few years were more of the same for Na'Vi. While Dendi still occasionally turned heads, the team struggled and rarely made deep runs at events. They tried everything, including multiple roster changes that saw them bringing in veteran faces and rookie talent alike, but nothing ever seemed to click. The competition was simply too fierce for Na'Vi to keep up, and even at his best, Dendi was struggling to match his competition. As the decline continued, Na'Vi didn't receive an invite to the International for the first time, and although they still managed to attend TI5 via the qualifier, they bombed out of the event in 13th to 16th.
This is effectively. Oh, okay, here we go. BKB bomb looking for Super, straight onto the SF. The pistol blade drop. Can they kill him? Super getting on. He's down. They lost Super. Now Sonic Wave to launch the tank stop though. They might lose him. Havost, can they keep him alive? Also, no, he shallow grabs himself. He shallow grabs himself. It's over. VG Gaming take the game. Oh my goodness. Na'Vi are out. VG Gaming move forward. What an end to the game.
On October 16th, 2015, after failing to qualify for Valve's first ever major in Frankfurt, Na'Vi released its entire Dota 2 roster. However, Dendi's loyalty to Na'Vi would show through, and he wouldn't give up the team that had given him so much. Only 4 days later, Na'Vi confirmed that Dendi would return to the team and would lead a rebuilt roster into 2016. While the loss of his longtime teammate and friend Havost was a blow to Dendi, the shakeup proved valuable as the team performed well.
Out of anyone, and it's been a while since their last Star Ladder victory. Fell short at the last Invitational, but here they are, Na'Vi, about to take it, mowing down Pilot, hexing up Arteezy, bringing him down as well. Na'Vi, they are doing it in style. Their former captain will fall as well. Triple kill for Digyara, and there's the call. Na'Vi is truly back. They have won their first major tournament in a very long time.
They were once again qualifying for LANs and even won the Star Ladder I-League Star Series Season 2 over Team Secret later in the year, their first ever significant win in over 20 months. Dendi had re-entered the public eye, rekindling the hope of his legion of fans around the world. A better showing at the Manila Major 2016 was encouraging.
Down, already bought the gem, doesn't have the buyback. Loda buys back, but he only crushes Seneko, and it feels like this is how it ends for Alliance. Not with a bang. This is a whimper. This is ugly. Even a Sunstrike massacring Alliance, running them down.
This is not family friendly at all, and there it is. GG! You give Na'Vi every last one of their signature heroes.
But a flop at TI6 was another dent in the legacy of what had once been one of the most successful TI performers of all time.
For the begin from behind, they're going to try and pop Matumba Man as fast as possible, but disruption! Oh no, the save, and Matumba Man is back out with half HP. Still has a Song of Siren. Are they going to be able to get this kill?
They're just going to reset this fight.
Bada with the BKB exorcism out, Matumba Man will give himself some space, and Na'Vi gonna have to dig themselves out of a hole here. Vintage Rod trying to get some distance with the Hurricane's Peck. Not gonna be the case. Daneko is gonna be able to survive for only a second extra. General, the only one to escape, but he too will fall as Na'Vi call it. The end of the game and the end of their run here at TI.
While the recent history of Dendi may be one of struggle, uncertainty, and disappointment, it's also one of unflinching loyalty, dedication, and passion. From the glory days until today, Dendi has never lost his determination, his drive, or his smile. No matter the roster around him, no matter the situation, Dendi pours his all into every game, even more than 10 years after his competitive debut. This is what makes him a Dota legend, and thankfully, his story is far from over.
Thanks for watching. If you want more great content, be sure to hit that subscribe button.